Hi there, I'm Julie. I like to talk about spiritual stuff. And it's been a few days since I posted my daily vlog. Sorry about that if you've been watching. And if you've just happened upon this or clicking on randomly, I've been trying to do a daily vlog, but I didn't find myself with much to say that was new and exciting, so didn't really want to waste anyone's time. So I took a few days off. Now today, I don't think there's necessarily anything profound that's going to come out of my mouth, but you never know. You just never know. Let's see. There was a topic right in my mind when I pressed record. What was that topic? Let's see. It was about... Darn. I don't know. Hopefully it'll come back to me. So basically, I've just been lifing, and it's been going pretty well. Every once in a while something will come up and I'll be like, okay, I need to process this, and then I process it, you know? So there's still these moments where it's like, high stress in the face of like someone that I love going through something that's destabilizing. And that, that has a lot to do with like me as a mother and me as a family member. I love my family so much, and it's not odd for me to have that perspective given that I have a moon in Cancer in my astrological birth chart. So I was always going to be here on Earth to experience what it is to be loving, caring, nurturing, mothery, my family matters to me kind of thing. That's what my moon placement dictates for me in this lifetime, So I would like to pertain myself to my family, and my family has been going through some stuff, and they're all handling it just fine. So that's been nice, because it's like I'm retraining my nervous system to handle these type situations in a more efficient way, It's like I don't have to panic that everything's gonna crumble. It's actually just a little speed bump. That's the word. But it totally is a recalibration of my nervous system. I have noticed that. It's not that like I've done something wrong to have to process these things. It's that when I process these things, I'm literally setting a different, I'm neutralizing the energy so I can set a different baseline for myself for whenever these kind of experiences happen in the future. I'm rewiring my nervous system. So it's pretty worthwhile stuff, and also it's like part of the divine orchestration for all this stuff to be going on right now. So it's not like anything's gone wrong, it's perfectly good, natural, and right for me to be having these experiences and experiencing what it is to feel the ways that I feel, so that I can recalibrate my nervous system. First of all, notice a need to do so, and then to do it, Because earlier on in my life, when I hadn't done as much inner work on myself, I was way too overwhelmed to know that there was something to recalibrate. It was just like one of the many things I was feeling at the moment. But now I've dealt with so much of the backlog that I can deal with things in real time. And that's basically what I've been doing. And rewiring of my nervous system is a really, really huge thing, because my nervous system has been wired to lack, and that's what I will live out if that's what I'm wired to. And I don't want to live out lack anymore. I've already done that. I know what it's like. I've learned what I needed to learn from it. So I've been in process for years now of rewiring my nervous system, but I'm just at this layer now. But this layer is interesting because it's like I can see it as a nervous system thing. It's like my resting period, the word resting bitch face just came to mind, and that's because when you're just resting, right? When you're just like being, and there's nothing going on, and you're not worried about anything, and you're just kind of chilling, there's a certain state you're in, right? And it's not resting bitch face. It's just, that was just like the term that came to my mind, and you know, you could use it as an example, but I think it would be confusing and not worthwhile to elaborate on that, but you can do it for yourself in your own mind if it helps you. But anyway, what I'm saying is like this state of being, I can notice it is one of lack. Like I notice my resting state to be one of lack. That's no a better word, I guess, than to say it that way, because whereas I like it to be abundance and contentment and happiness, I've been wired for something else through my culture, through my upbringing, through all the experiences that I've had. And though I've processed all these experiences that I've had, I'm now at the point where it's like my operating system is being rewired, not just through, mostly through other people's stuff. Because I cleaned up all my stuff. But still, the operating system persists. It's like, say I was a cassette player, and now I've re-recorded all of the stuff that was on the cassette tape within me, but now I have to get the dust out of the crevices of the operating system, out of the hardware, out of the cassette player that I am. You see? You see the difference? So, and sometimes you gotta like press play or record or stop or fast forward to kind of see the different moving parts within there, to see what needs a little reworking, little cleanup, little, who knows, suction or lubrication. So that's the best way I know how to explain what I'm doing, which is just a rewiring of my nervous system, away from any final bits that feel they are in lack. I'd say the majority of me doesn't feel in lack, and I notice it more and more each day, how much more comfortable and more able I am to easily see everything abundant about my life and to feel grateful. And I've also seen how powerful it is when I just shift my energy. Like even just in a very casual way, I can go, oh, I'm kind of like thinking about a bunch of things that could go wrong, and I know that doesn't serve me. That's a lack mindset. And then I just switch my mindset to, actually, look at everything that's gone right in my life. And there's no reason why everything else couldn't go right too, because I totally deserve it to go right, so it's very possible that it'll go right. And when I shift my energy that way, life responds. Things are different. Like I then get to live the life of somebody who deserves things to go well. But when I'm in the mindset of things won't go well and I feel unworthy, that's what I live out. So a lot more can go wrong. And it really is that simple. Like it really is that simple. And I think that's fascinating. And I think that's worth paying attention to. And it's also like, I wish everyone could pay attention to that. But I totally get why some people can't, because I used to be a version of myself that couldn't. Because I was too caught up in the programs, in the trying to survive, in the old trauma that wasn't processed, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's the spiritual wisdom that I've gained thus far. That's an update on where I am at this point. And excited to see what tomorrow brings. and thankful if I'm so blessed as to have another day. How about you? How about you?